It's interesting because there wasn't anything in the deal that said the tariffs are going to be rolled back anyway, but the market seems to be a little bit jittery at this point.
I think the market was looking for a reason to sell off. This is actually pretty good news, given the fact that the tariffs stay on, because they want to have some sort of ability to be able to say, okay, China, you made these big promises. Where are the actual buys? The Chinese have been known to be able to, let's just not to be too polite. I don't want to be polite. They've double crossed us. They double cross us all the time. So why shouldn't the president keep the tariffs on? And big deal. I mean, what do we make? Am I supposed to say, hey, listen, stop trading? This is really bad news. I can say stop trading. It's really good news. I think that what matters is that there are some reasons to take profits. This was a very positive statement. There's going to be a lot of positives coming out of tomorrow. But people are looking to sell things, Brian, and they take a positive story and make it negative. But we know they do that all the time. Why? Because there are a lot of morons out there and a lot of people who just want to take something off the table.
Shouldn't people want to take some off the table? Isn't that smart right now? Yeah.
Yes, I think it is, Ty. Here's my problem. When you keep going up and up and up on the same information and price target bumps, Ty, that is not sustainable, and we know that there can be air pockets when it happens. I expect some. Okay, not with the banks. They were selling at low multiples. But when we get to some of these companies that are selling at sky-high multiples and you start seeing what are good numbers, well, that's not enough.
All right, Jim, let's go to the reason you're here, by the way. Okay, some stocks are still roaring into the 20s, so to speak. All right, you know these moves by heart, but we'll show our audience. Tesla, up nearly 30% this year. Uber, 15% this year. Beyond Meat, beyond belief, up about 60% this year. I heard you this morning on CNBC basically said people are buying Beyond Meat on no news. I could have thrown 5 or 6 other stocks up there like that you'll probably have on Mad Money tonight, Jim. What's going on? Is this momentum deserved?
Look, I think that Beyond Meat, look, we did get a shock. I do a lot of work on McDonald's, and McDonald's have been kind of lukewarm about the Beyond Meat test. We thought, well, then they double the size of the test, and suddenly they're starting to say, listen, this could be gigantic. Well, Beyond Meat, the market cap is too small. Obviously, if McDonald's decided to roll out Beyond Meat, I mean, they have no ability to do it, but it does make you feel, you know what, this thing is for real. Tesla, obviously, we're going up on the same news over and over again about China and EV and how much better they're doing than the other companies. You know what, I absolutely believe that is true, but why should we keep going up? Now, Uber is something new. Uber, we know that they have the ability to offload some very bad Uber Eats orders. In other words, some places it's just not working. They could offload or combine them with Grubhub. And then I believe, like as Mark Mahaney said earlier on the network, it would be worth a huge amount to Uber, and that stock deserves to go much higher.
Let's switch and talk a little bit about Larry Fink and his annual letter, which is drawing a lot of attention this morning, in which he says that at the core of BlackRock's investing priorities in the future will be an evaluation of sustainability, carbon footprint, and a company's policies and practices with respect to climate change. It mimics or echoes a lot of what's going on in Europe among institutional investors. Right. What do you think of this as a principle and a way to do business?
Well, I think it's fabulous. I think it says what the future investors are thinking. When I meet with younger investors, with the Robinhood people, with people who trade, millennials, they ask first, well, is the company just spoiling the environment? This is something that Mark Benioff from Salesforce has taught us, which is that you've got to make one of your stakeholders, not just your customers, not just your shareholders, not just your workers, but the earth. So I think this is an admission by Larry that we have to do it. Well, I'll tell you, the deal book piece that Andrew did this morning was so fabulous, and his interview with Larry is amazing. And remember, we shouldn't just talk about the headlines. He has thought about this thing so long and so hard, and it's almost as if, listen, he's trying not to be emotional, but he says he has got to draw a line in the sand between the despoilers and those who care. Wow, what brave position. I love it.
Yeah, it is. And you wonder, Jim, where oil and gas might fit into that, if at all. I know Fink didn't he didn't dismiss them altogether. I mean, he didn't say sell everything,
no,
right? There's hope.
But I spoke to Matt Gallagher from Parsley. You know Parsley. Yep. They are the leaders of trying to get flaring down, of taking care of the environment. There's a lot of work that oil companies can do to lower and make their footprint a little bit smaller, rather than just say, hey, what can we do? We're carbon-based. That's not enough anymore. I know Mike Wirth is doing a lot of things from Chevron. You know Mike is doing a lot of things. But we need to hear from all the oil companies that they're committed not to get flaring down from 20 to 30%. That's crazy. And I'm really tired of hearing, hey, listen, well, the government doesn't care about it. Why should we care about it? It's not the government in charge anymore. It's guys like Fink.
It really is. Jim, who do you have on tonight from the San Francisco Mad Money Healthcare Conference edition?
Well, first of all, we've got what I regard as Dexcom and Medtronic, both of them really terrific. Now, Medtronic is. I talked with Omar Ishraq today. This is his last J.P. Morgan conference. What a legacy since 2011, up 275%. And then Dexcom, Kevin Sayer. That is just a miraculous kind of device that is doing really work. And let me just say right now, I've got exciting news. After I'm here on Thursday, I am going up to Redmond to speak to Satya Nadella, spend the day up there. I think it could be very exciting.
That is going to be very cool. Love that.
I've only worked for about 10 years to get that one.
Well,
just
you deserve
kidding.
it.
Steve Ballmer was the CEO at that
that
point.
is worth waiting for. Jim Cramer, thanks very much.
I'm very excited about it.